Hi everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel Bird's Eye Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here then welcome. Hopefully you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do, and if you are returning then still welcome. Clearly you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. So today is Sunday, it is May 12th. May 12th is Mother's Day, so if you are a mom then happy Mother's Day. And if you are not a mom, I'll still say Happy Mother's Day because I am hopeful that you have taken some time to celebrate your mom or your mother figure, or do something in remembrance of your mom. All right, hopefully you have done something today just to honor that. So for me, I hung out with my daughter and my husband. We went to lunch, we went to Barnes & Noble, just had a very low-key day, which is my favorite kind of day. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm here filming. So here we are. We were watching some shows and it got to be late afternoon and I thought, okay, I need to do my homework, which is true. I do need to do my homework, but I chose to film instead because I've been wanting to do this for a while and I figured what better way to celebrate a holiday than to jump on here with you guys. So let's see, tons of life updates, tons of other updates. I say updates because it turns out I have not filmed since January. We are in May and I last filmed in January. Crazy. I cannot believe how fast time has flown. So my cross stitch bag, I'll call it, this guy here. This is the bag that I put stuff in, either if it's a purchase or like haul, right? As it comes in, I put it in the bag. Finishes and things like that that I want to show, I put it in the bag, and the bag was getting to be overflowing. So I thought, the bag is overflowing. I have stuff that is framed that needs to go up on this wall. I can't do that till I show you. So we're gonna just dive right in. I've got finishes, FFOs, plans, probably, well, I know there's lots of stuff I've worked on here and there that did not make it to the bag, but that's okay. If I don't dive right in and get this filmed, then it's just not gonna happen, right? So we're gonna dive in, do a video, and then see how it goes from there. Maybe the following week or 2 weeks, it'll be a more planned video. Also, if it looks different, I am filming on an old iPad today. So normally I film on my cell phone or on an old regular tablet. Regular tablet, it's like super grainy, does not work so well. Cell phone's okay, but it's super small. So now we're trying this iPad. I think I like the quality of the video. I'm not really digging the fact that the camera's like way over here. So if I look straight ahead, I'm even more looking to the side. That's okay. We'll figure it out, right? I'll use it, I'll post it. If I like it, we'll stick with it. If I don't, we'll try something else next time. So let me know what you think after I post. Okay. All right, let's jump right in. First things I have on the top, looks like some finishes and some FFOs. So first finish I have to show you guys is the blue flower, magpie and the moon. This guy here. I stitched this on the called for fabric. I'm trying to see if it's on here. Yes. So I stitched it on the called for fabric, and the fabric was actually a gift from my friend Carolyn CZook Stitch. It was called Bird's Eye View, so I had to have the Bird's Eye View fabric for Bird's Eye Stitches. Plus, it's like a favorite color, bright blue. So called for fabric, but then for the floss I stitched just using whatever I had in stash. So the fabric is ginormous in comparison to the piece, but we are here. Looks like this. I did not do the border around the outside. I don't know why, other than I think I was just stitching this thinking it was done. I was probably gonna do the border later, and then finished the actual piece, right? And then took it out of the hoop, and then I just didn't feel like putting it back in the hoop. No other reasoning other than that. And I think that it's okay without the white border. I don't quite know how we're going to finish it yet. It's obviously going to go up on this wall, but whether it goes in a frame or something else, I have no idea. But here it is. And there we go. That was finish number 3. Yeah, finish number 3 for 2024. Finish number 1 for 2024 was this one here. This is Christmas Fawn by Satsuma Street. This was a kit. I have a couple of these ornaments that I will be stitching throughout the year. In fact, you'll see Mitten Kitten a little bit later on in the video because that's the one that I'm currently working on. Looks like this. It's a kit called for everything, and I will be finishing it just like what's on the front of here. So there was directions, and I watched a video recently on how to finish these. It appears to be simple, but we will see what happens. So go. All right. Next up, I have a couple FFOs. So this first one, it is finished in a hoop. Go. Looks like this. And I love this piece. This is a piece that I got off of Etsy. It is from, I think I wrote this one down, Hoop Modern Stitch. So very simple stitch, but there is actually a lot of the flowers took a lot longer than expected. So looks like this. I just finished it in a frame. I need to trim this little piece, but once that is gone, I'm probably just gonna leave it as an open back. Maybe put something right here on the very top, but that is that. And it's so funny because in person I can't see this crease. I spent so much time trying to iron this dang crease out, and I can't see it like in real life, right? But on the camera, I see it. It's right there. Probably gonna drive me nuts. But if I put it up on the wall, the crease is gone. So I think it's okay. Looks like that. Okay. I have 2 pieces that I've framed semi-recently, and I think one of them is still in the kitchen. That's right. Next video, right? I do have this one here, and I actually just posted this one up on Instagram earlier today because I was going through my photos, and I'm like, oh, this is the one that I wanted to hang up on the wall. And in the off chance I didn't get to film, which we are filming, I wanted to at least be able to post it up on Instagram there. So this is, sorry for the glare. This is an old piece. I'll have to dig out the information on it, but I pulled it out of my bin of finished cross-stitch pieces, and I found my frame in the closet full of old frames, and they were a perfect match. So I framed this one myself. It's pretty close to being straight. I'm actually fairly impressed because it is almost straight. There's a little bit of wavering down here. I did lace the back, so in the lacing it actually made it a smidge off down here. Like you can see right here and right here. But all in all, I'm super happy with it. I love the color. The fabric is like a really bright green, almost like a neon green, right? And then the color of the tree matches this frame really nicely. This will go up on the bird wall. So come next video, we will have this one up. And then I have one other piece to show you on the next video, which I will show that before I put it up on the other side. So slowly but surely, we are building the bird wall. Looks like that. Okay. All right. I have a pile of whips. I've worked on some of them already this month. Others are more for plans, so I'll talk a little bit about the magazine monthly challenge and how these pieces are going to work within the acrostic, and then I have haul. So, okay, jump right in. I was telling my daughter just earlier today, I was like, I haven't filmed in so long that I am literally going to feel brand new. And this is like the third time that I felt brand new with having a Flosstube channel because of the long breaks in between. But I was like, if I don't just jump in and film and rip the band-aid off, then I'm always going to feel brand new at this. And I know once I start filming and it becomes a routine, that it will be simple again. So she said that she was very proud of me because she would have just taken a nap. She wasn't completely serious, but she is 16, so she was maybe a little serious, right? So, okay, magazine monthly challenge. So if you don't know what magazine monthly challenge is, you probably do, but just in case you stumbled across my channel and don't know what that is, the magazine monthly cross stitch challenge Facebook group is a Facebook group where my friend Carolyn Zook from CZook Stitch, we co-host the group, and the idea is that you use all of these old cross stitch magazines that you've had laying around and you stitch from them. So we put up every month an acrostic and a theme, and then we also have pop-up challenges where you can choose to do pieces from a magazine, or you can just choose to do any other cross stitch that you have, right? The goal was to focus on magazines, but it is by no means a rule. In fact, for me personally, I usually do a magazine piece for the theme, but then the acrostic letters, it's a mix of magazine pieces sometimes, and sometimes there's no magazine pieces. It's just whatever whips I happen to have. So completely up to you on what you do, how many magazine pieces you use, but it's a really fun group. We do monthly Zoom calls, which have been really fun, and it's a great group. Okay, so magazine monthly challenge. For the month of May, our theme is farmer's market, and our acrostic is bicycle. So for the theme, for me, again, I like to use a magazine piece, and I usually make my theme goal 4 hours. I have not stitched on this yet. In fact, I have not stitched on this piece since I started it, which was at an old retreat. It's actually pretty funny because it's a simple piece, and I stitched like one color for forever at the retreat, and I got like this much done. So it is what it is, right? Retreat stitching, you just don't expect to get much done. But I do expect to get a lot of it done in the 4 hours for the theme. Trying to open it to the right page here. There it is. Okay, so for my theme piece, I am doing Home Sweet Haunted Home. Now, maybe a Home Sweet Haunted Home, because it's kind of Halloween-y, may not really sound like a farmer's market, but here's where I'm going with this. Number one is from a magazine. Number two, there is this ginormous moon going on in this piece. And when I think of a farmer's market, I think of farms and produce and things that they grow, and that then makes me think of the sun and the moon. Huge moon. On top of that, when I think of home, one of the things that I love to think of is farmers markets and yard sales, because those are some of the things that I like to do on the weekends for fun. So, Home Sweet Haunted Home. As you can tell, you can make these themes and acrostics work however way works for you. Okay, I am stitching this piece on a piece of Bestitch Me. It's a 16 count Aida. The color is Dusty Cottage. And remember how I was saying how at the retreat, how I stitched like an entire day on this piece? Literally a whole day. Okay, a whole day. It was probably like 6-7 hours. I got this much done. So I'm here. I've done this much of the moon. I have that much more to go. So hopefully at the end of the 4 hours, maybe I will have finished that moon. That is where we are at. This one is on my planner to be stitched on over this next week. So whenever I do film again, which will hopefully be within the month of May, you should see some progress, at least on that moon piece. Okay, next up. All right, the acrostic is bicycle, and this stack that I have here, oh, here's my stack. It is not in order according to the acrostic, because again, I grabbed stuff, put it in the pile, and said, we are filming. So I will just talk about what letters this fits into as I go. Okay. On the top of the pile here, we have Jack Frost Tree Farm by Little House Needleworks. And I will be doing all, I guess it's 10 pieces maybe? At some point I'll be doing all of the pieces to the Jack's Tree Farm, right? This right here was part 1. This is finished, which I will show you here in just a moment. And I am starting on part 2. This is on my acrostic for the I, yes, and the L. So my acrostic letters, I do 2 hours minimum each. So L obviously is Little House Needleworks. I did it for I because of all of the ice, right? They've got little snowflakes, very icy and cold. So I used it for that. All right, this is being stitched on the called for fabric, and here is where we are. It's a little wrinkly because it's been in a bag, right? But this was part 1, completely done. Go. I love the little reindeer. This guy, he's super cute. Look how cute he is. He is super cute, and this little tiny Santa. I need to do his eyes. With his eyes, I'm going to use beads, and so those will be at the very end. So faceless Santa, still cute. So again, part 2, I'm going to do, it's going to go directly under here. So 2 hours, and it'll probably just be the border because I like to do the border. Ooh, maybe I won't do the border first just in case I miscount. So I'll be starting up in this corner here, and we will see how it goes. Now, it makes me laugh a little bit because it is the 12th of the month, and well, I have done stitching, which obviously we'll see, but I haven't done a lot of stitching for the acrostic. So I'm going to be trying to fit all of this in on the back half of the month, but that's okay. I alluded to earlier how I needed to do homework, so I'll just throw life updates in along the way while we're doing this. I guess I'm going back to school. I'm not going back to school for like a degree per se, but my employer is paying for me to attend the Northwestern University School of Command. So it's a 22-week course, and it is extremely time consuming. In fact, I'm doing the online version, but just about everybody else in my class has taken the 22 weeks off of work to do this schooling, or somewhat off work, right? Where they're like doing this for all but 1 day a week. They're just checking in with their actual job. I don't have the ability to do that right now, just because the organization that I work for is so new. There is not really anyone to do my actual job, so I'm doing both at once. So it's been a very, very, very busy time. I'm in week 7 right now, so only 22 weeks. I'm learning a lot, so that's great, but there's been some busy nights of schoolwork when I would much rather be stitching. Yes, but I've still been able to do it, which is nice. So anyway, my next couple weeks, they're very light in comparison for schoolwork, so therefore on my planner thing here, I have more stitching time scheduled. All right, next step. what is this one? Birds of a Feather. So I've shown this one a few times recently as being on the to-do list for plans, and I never end up bringing or breaking it out. I don't really feel that way so much anymore, so I think I'll actually be able to make some progress on this. But this is Birds of a Feather. Looks like this. So this is the piece, if you remember way back in previous videos, that my ex-husband, his grandmother had stitched this whole piece here. I really wanted to honor her because she's no longer with us, and I wanted to stitch this one here and then have them framed or do something and put them together. So this has been on my to-do list for some time, but when I would pull it out, just because, you know, obviously I said ex-husband, right? So I've been divorced and remarried, so we'll go over that later. But lots of big changes in my life, and all positive ones. But when I was pulling this out, I would just feel a little bit sad, I guess, when I was stitching on it. So it didn't get any love. And now I can look at this piece and I don't feel sad anymore. Now I'm more motivated to get it done because I do still really want to get this one finished and have them both, you know, professionally framed together, or, you know, separately but the same. And I don't know, give it to my ex or keep it here, put it on the wall. I'm not really sure yet. But either way, there's no sadness anymore. Now I just want to go back to honoring who she was and all of the amazing cross stitch that she did when she was still with us. So, okay. I don't really know what I'm thinking here. When I pulled this out of the to-do pile, I have it on this teeny tiny little frame. Maybe I was out of larger Q-snaps. I have more now, so that it'll be fixed. But as you can see, it's like this strange cascade of fabric. I'm doing this on a blue, it's like a Charles Craft blue 16 count Aida. It's the exact same as what Jewel stitched these birds on. She stitched it on a 16 count blue Charles Craft. And I know that because when I got this from her, she had the other piece of Aida, you know, sitting with this chart. So I'm just stitching it on that. It looks a lot brighter than the original, just because the other one has been, you know, was stitched however long ago, so it's faded a little bit. This one's still very bright. But anyway, so a little odd on this tiny little frame, but obviously I'm stitching this hummingbird right here, which is this hummingbird right here. These are actually fairly quick to stitch. When I devote some time to it, I can usually stitch each hummingbird, and I've been doing the back stitch as I go because I don't like back stitch. So I've been doing that as I go, and I can usually get one of these done. I think these other little guys only took me 2 or 3 hours, even with all of the changing of the floss colors. I'm not that quick of a stitcher. So if I just devote time to it, we'll get some progress on this. So this one, I do have it. I wrote down some of the pieces I wanted to finish this year. I'm not doing official year of whips or anything like that, but just in my own, you know, I want to finish this list. This is on it. So you'll see this quite a bit in the next few months. How I'm using this, let's see here. Birds of a Feather, I have it set for the B in bicycle, B for bird, pretty simple. And then I have it for Y on Birds of a Feather. Oh, Y was for the yellow because there's all of these yellow flowers throughout the piece. And I'll be stitching, my goal is to finish this hummingbird and then to do the little yellow flowers in between this one and the next little guy. So, Y for yellow. Okay. Next up is my 25/7 piece. This one has gotten a lot of love because I am on track for my 25 stitches every night. Even if I didn't finish anything else, I have been really excited because I've been able to get at least my 25 minutes in each evening. So it really is amazing how much you can get done, or maybe not how much you can get done because I'm not the quickest, but how much progress you can make when you're devoting even that 25 minutes every single night to your stitching. So for my piece, I am using New Year in the Village by Alessandra Adelaide. And sorry for the crinkle, but I'm going to take it out of the package just because it is late afternoon and the lights are bright. So we have this. Okay. Man, I started this piece. It was a New Year start. I don't even know how many years ago. 5 years ago, probably. So I need to finish it this year. And I say that because my eyes are getting older. I'm gonna be 40 this year, 40. And, which is still plenty young, don't get me wrong. And my eyes, I'm very blessed because my eyes are good. Like I don't need glasses. Actually, I might need glasses. I should probably go and see. But for the most part, I don't usually need glasses. I can stitch on smaller counts without any like crazy magnification or anything like that. But I'm stitching my piece on a piece of opalescent fabric, and maybe I haven't done it in so long, but it is hard. It is hard to stitch on opalescent fabric. My eyes were struggling. So before my eyes get worse, I've got to finish this piece. Okay, here's where we're at. Again, I'm stitching this let's see, on a piece of Storm 32 count linen, and obviously it is opalescent. It is beautiful. The fabrics by Stephanie, Storm fabric, is probably my all-time favorite fabric. I love the cool tone gray, like it's not too cool. It's got perfect amount of modeling. It is what I think of when I think of a perfect true gray. So we are here. I have already finished. This half. Yes, this half here is done, and the firework short of the specialty floss has been stitched. So I haven't done the specialty floss here or any of the beads. But I'm now on this side of the piece, and this little green guy here was done. This was done, and this little tiny bit of this house was done. So I have been working, I've done all of this snow, and then this is what really took a while, was the counting of the snow going up on the rooftops. Right here is the edge of the piece. So there's like a little curly Q that comes off. Can't really see, but a little curly Q that'll come over here. But this is really like the end of the piece. So we are almost there. I feel like if I can continue working on this for my 25 minutes a day, by the end of the month, I should be at least done with this pink guy and maybe one out of these two little houses. So I could definitely get this thing done this year, right? This much, and then this firework. This is a big, ginormous firework, but at least it's not a big filled-in piece. So, all right. We will see this one again here in the near future, but we are here. It was funny, I was stitching on this, and my husband was like, where does the Grinch go, right? Because it so does look like Whoville. So I think I need to find maybe like a needle minder or something like that. I thought I owned one, but I don't, of the Grinch. And so whenever it's done, just a small one, I can put the Grinch, right, like sitting in front of here or something like that, and have that be part of the finished piece. That would be super cute, I think. All right, next up on the pile is my travel piece. So this is the piece that I keep in the car with me, and this is what I try to stitch on. I get car sick, so I can't stitch too often. But if we're driving, like let's say we're driving to go visit my dad, he lives like 2 hours away. If I'm not driving, then I can usually get a little bit of stitching in on like the straightaways and whatnot. Excuse me. So I can get some stitching in then, or if we go to like doctor's appointments or things like that, I can stitch on this stuff while I'm waiting. So travel piece for this month is Mitten Kitten. This is the one that I said that you would see later in the video, and here we are. This is Mitten Kitten, and I've been working on her in the car. I also use these on Zoom meetings because working on perforated paper, I don't have to really pay attention to where where the needle is as much, because the holes, they're much larger, right? So it's easier for me to not have to like pay attention, you know, or like do any over 2 counting or anything like that. So I am right here. I just started this one this month. So, or I guess I started it at the end of last month. So I started this during the Magazine Monthly Challenge Zoom call for April. I took all the floss apart, right? I put it all on the floss drops, all of that stuff. And then I started stitching while on that Zoom call. I was stitching here. I got about, I don't know, most of this done. And then, again, I've just been stitching it in the car or doctor's appointments through here. So we are right there. And this one is a fairly quick stitch. I kind of feel like, with the exception of the mill hills that are like more full coverage, like the buttons and beads and things like that, most of the kits that come on perforated paper are a quicker stitch, just because it's so simple to stitch. Like, the holes are so large, right? For some reason that just helps me to where it seems to go faster. Not sure why. I've seen, like Carla being crafty and some of the other Flosstubers, I've noticed how they put like washi tape. Is that how you call it? Or how you say it? Washi tape? I put washi tape around the edges so that way it doesn't get stuck and it doesn't catch things. So I did that on this piece. It used to have a nice pretty bright red border, so not only did it help to not catch things, but it matched the piece, right? That was fun. But then it fell off. So maybe I thought it was washi tape, but it was something else. I don't know, but there we go. So you will see that. Hopefully, I really have a lot of these ornaments on the to-do list. Not all this year, but over time. So pretty much all of my travel pieces are going to be Mill Hill or Satsuma ornaments. Pretty much all year. Last but not least, for the actual cross stitch pieces, I still have haul. Kind of a lot of haul. So, cross stitch pieces. All right, cross stick is bicycle. So the only piece I had left is going to be used for the letters C and E. There's 2 C's and an E. So 6 hours will be worked on this piece. I've already done I've already done 2 hours worth this month. I have 4 hours to go. So I'm using Owl Forest Embroideries Autumn Flowers. So here we go. My piece does not quite look like this because I did not do a purple background like what it has here. Instead, I am using a piece of Cocoa 36 count linen from Mystic Fabrics, which I got from Garan Stitchery. I love the fabric that I chose for the color. There are some things on here that I think pop out better on this darker fabric, but I think for my house, I mean not this room, but like outside of this room, for my house the cocoa colored fabric will match better. And I love this piece, so it'll be one that gets professionally framed and put up in my home somewhere. So let's see, we are here. Behind it. Ta-da! This piece is so pretty. The border is just gorgeous. It is very delicate and there's a lot of color changes. I mean, each one of these flowers has like a whole bunch of color changes to it. I mean, I guess not that many because the floss. The floss is very variegated, and so some of this stuff is just one color, but it looks like more than one. And other pieces, you're really just, because every single little flower motif, right, is a completely different color from the base to the flowers, so you're really doing a lot of changing along the way. This piece in the middle here, much less color changes, even though it's extremely colorful. For example, this is one shade of floss, and there is so much color variegation within it. It blows my mind. So that is one of the things I love about the Owl Forest embroidery kits. If you use the called for, There's like nothing like it when it comes to the variegation they use in their fabrics. So here, I have a goal to finish at least one page this month, and I think I'll be able to do that. You can see, well, this is basically the page, right? Very, very clear, straight margin here. That's page 1. So I have this little bit here to go, and then I have the rest of this flower, like right here. There's a little bit of fill in for this motif here, and that will be this page finish. So I think I can do that within 4 hours. This will take me a little bit of time. This, we'll see. But this piece is gorgeous. I do have this one down on my list of pieces that I would like to have finished this year. I don't know if that's possible because we're already in May, and this is only page 1. So page 2 is equally big. It's like this, but over here. And then page 3 and 4, much smaller. It's just the bottom piece, right? It's like the bottom part of the border here, from here down. So 3 and 4 are not so bad. Page 2, it's a beast like this one. So I don't know if I'll actually get it finished this year, but maybe next year. We'll see. Okay, haul. I have done really good this year with, well, I'll say really good with not purchasing, in that I did pretty much all of this purchasing. In fact, all of this purchasing was done like in one swoop. I had a few different finishes, and I watched a video from Gary and Ronnie, Garden Stitchery, where they get me every time, right? Where they're doing the designer focus based on, not designer focus, but where they show everything they have in their shop and they're going through the alphabet. So my wish list is getting ginormous, and it was a moment of weakness where I was like, you know what? This is some of my favorite designers, and I love everything they're showing, so we are going to do some shopping. And I just finished like my 3rd thing for the year, so I figured we're doing it. So, whole pile of haul. If you do not care about haul, then thank you for watching. I am glad that I was able to jump on here and do this video, and I am thankful that you've taken the time to, you devoted 37 minutes and 34 seconds of your life to watching, so I appreciate that. And I look forward to the next video where I can show more updates with you then. If you do like haul, which I love haul, and many of us do, then we have the bag. I will show you some haul. Most of this stuff, I have no idea when I'm going to stitch it. That's okay. All right. Here we go. So, I picked up, what is this thing? This is a Mill Hill kit, the Buttons and Beads Winter Series, the Blue Jay. I have others in this series, but I was missing, I didn't have the bird. So in the Winter Series, I have like the little snowman and I think I have the schoolhouse, but I was missing the bird, and like, how is it possible that I did not have the bird? So got that one picked up. Then I saw, this one is not really like me for style. Well, maybe it is. You know I love trees. But I'm not exactly sure why I love this so much, but I did. This is Winter Village by Nikki's Creations. It is huge. I honestly think that I just really loved the buttons. That's really just in the finishing, right? But I like the look of it. I like the buttons. I like the little trees. They're very whimsical. I actually like the muted colors, and I love these tiny little people. They are so cute. So cute. Right, in some attempts to pick up some seasonal things that I could hopefully stitch semi-quickly, right, at some point. Because I want to get some seasonal pieces as I'm working on my backdrop here, right? I'm trying to figure out what type of tabletops or shelving I can put in back here that I can put cute things on that won't, you know, obviously the bird wall will be up here, but things so it's not so big white wall behind me. So I picked up some little smaller seasonal pieces to stitch for that over time. So I didn't really have a whole lot for spring, like not really spring. So I got Bloom Wildly by Erica Michaels. Looks like this. And I love the colors on this piece. It comes with some cute little buttons. Clearly I am in a button mood right now. And it says, "Spring, live simply, blooms wildly." So that is really cute. Really, really cute. Right. Then these all came from, not from Garan, ordered about the exact same time, but from maybe Lindy Stitches, maybe, I think. Yeah. She had sent out an email that I read the same day that I watched Gary's video. Here we are. But she was highlighting a new designer to her shop, and the designer's name is Robin Pickens. I try to support all Robins. And she does like quilt blocks, kind of. It's like a quilting and cross stitch combined is what it looks like to me. So I picked up quite a few pieces from her. So we start with the Seasonal Courier series, which I got all 4. This is Robin Spring. Love that one. Then I got Cardinals Winter. Cute. I love this pine cone. So well done. Super cute. It's very quilt, but cross stitch, right? Okay. Then we have Blue Jay Summer. Looks like this. And Blackbird's Autumn. The autumn is probably my least favorite just because I'm not a huge fan of pumpkins, but I do know there are some cross stitchers who love pumpkins, and so when they do like the pumpkin style and things like that, this will be a good one to stitch for that. Right, and then the other 2 that I picked up from Robin Pickens, I got Winter Pine Cone because, I mean, clearly I just really love that pine cone. Let me see. Very similar. I suppose if I was really paying attention, I could have just stitched this pine cone and not bought an extra chart, because this is all stitched. So, I mean, really this is a totally different piece, but my favorite part of it is literally the pine cone. So that's okay though. I like to support all of the cross stitch designers, right? That. And then this one, because I love trees, also by Robin Pickens. This is Pine Crossing. Super cute. Love little cardinals. Yeah, little cardinals, I think. And I love these trees. It's like, instead of doing the normal branches and stuff like that, it's like the reverse, right? I can't think of what that's called, but the reverse? I don't know. I'll think of it when I'm done filming, but I thought that was a very interesting way of stitching trees. This one I picked up from Gary. It is called Bluebirds. It's by Works by ABC. I got this one because I thought it would be a really simple, quick stitch. Things that I could practice doing little small finishes, or maybe something I can send to Tammy, who has a finishing company, to have her finish for me. I'm not sure yet. But I just really liked them. I thought they were super cute, and I just love the old school look to these bluebirds. So really pretty. Then we have In Praise of Pollinators by the Blue Flower. This is a ginormous piece. There's a lot going on in this, but my daughter, she loved this one. She is a huge nature fan, right? She loves bugs, she loves nature, and it's got all of the above going on here. So I have no idea when I will stitch this one, but I just really, really like it. All right, now I have a whole bunch of stuff from Hello by Liz Matthews. Again, this was during Gary and Ronnie's video. They were clearly on H, or maybe L for Liz Matthews. I don't know, but it's one of my favorite designers, and I loved everything they showed. So we have a pile. All right, we're starting with this one. Gifts from My Garden. I love this teal color that's here, and buttons again. I am just right now noticing my current love of buttons. Not sure what's going on there, but it is a thing. It is a thing right now. I picked this one up. This is Caught in the Swirls by Kathy Barrick. And this one, it's not my normal aesthetic, but I liked that it was very different looking. And I feel like it would be something that could be finished in a different way. I don't know. I liked it. It's interesting. It has birds. Okay. Then we have Poppy. I think part of what makes Hello by Liz Matthews so successful is the way that they fully finish their pieces and they display them so pretty, right? Like, these are just little poppy flowers, but the way that they finished them is so interesting, and the layout when they take this photo is really cute. And there's more buttons. Weirded out by my love of buttons right now, sorry. Okay. Next up is Bittersweet Village. This one, I love the birds. These are super interesting flowers. I like how the little houses are teeny tiny. The flowers are ginormous. And I love the colors. So when I stitch this one, it'll definitely be with the called for colors. At least for this stuff here, this like orangey pinky color. Down here, I'll just use what I have on hand, but for these flowers and this big bright red one, I will use whatever it is they call for. And it looks like Weeks Dye Works. So this one was just really simple, and I thought that I could get it done and frame it for out in my front room. It's Gather Here. It says Gather Here with Grateful Hearts. Now, if I decide to stitch the words, I like the words, I just don't know if I love the words. If I do them, it'll go out in the front room. If I take the words off, it'll go on the bird wall. We'll see what happens. And the last one from Hello from Liz Matthews was Winter Garden. I feel like I might have already owned this one, but I just really loved it. So here we go. If I did already own this one, when I go to put it away, I will pull it back out and it will be a giveaway later. So that is where we're at. All right, last but not least on my giant pile of haul, I also got some fabric from Fabric of the Month clubs, but it wasn't in the bag. I think I already put that away. We'll save it for next time. But the other one I got was, again, trying to stitch some things that are more seasonal, and I thought this was super cute. This is Easter's on Its Way by Shannon Christine Designs. These colors are super fun, and I can easily use, whatever I have on hand and kind of make each egg my own. Like I've got a lot of really older variegated flosses that I'll probably use for this stuff if I don't feel like trying to figure out how to make my variegation the way that they say to, because see, this isn't variegated floss. They're actually creating the variegation by using different colors. So I will probably not do that, but super cute. Okay, that is haul, that is whips, that is FFOs, that is plans. Plans, recap, right? I'm going to continue working on the magazine monthly challenge, acrostic, and theme, my 25/7 piece. Those are really the only things that I have on my monthly to-dos, just because of school and everything else that I don't want to overcommit to too many groups. So I'm working on those. In the magazine monthly challenge group, we have a pop-up challenge starting on May 19th. It is called Mother May We, and I haven't watched Carolyn's video yet, but I assume she will talk about it more in depth, or if not, in the future week potentially. But it's a really fun new challenge that we're doing this year. So the idea is, if you remember that game Mother May I, which when I really think about this game, it kind of makes me scratch my head a little bit, because like, what was this game, right? You would stand in a line, at least I remember it, you would stand in a line and you would just ask the person, whoever's the mother, right? You would ask them, Mother, may I take 2 steps forward, or whatever it is, right? And then that person would just say yes or no. And if they said no, they would say what else you could do, So essentially, the person at the front was just determining who was going to get to the front first, based on whatever it is they wanted. I don't know if there was any real strategy to this game, but anyway, I digress. So the Mother May We challenge is not based on taking steps forward, it is based on stitching. So what Carolyn and I did is we put up a post on the Magazine Monthly Challenge group where we asked everyone in the group to provide ideas for prompts. So everyone came up with some really fun different prompts, which I don't have right here next to me, but future video or Carolyn will talk about them, or you can go on the Magazine Monthly Challenge group and look at them. But we chose, I think, 9 prompts from everybody else's ideas. And those 9 prompts, the idea is to pull pieces that will fit for those 9 prompts. You have to stitch on your piece for either 1 hour or 100 stitches, and you just have to have an idea of how each piece fits the prompt, kind of like the acrostic. Then during the week of May 19th, we will, like the morning before, so May 18th, I will ask a Mother May We question. So I'll choose one of those prompts and I'll say, for example, Mother May We stitch on something with a border? Then Carolyn, who is the one who the one who stands at the front and says yes or no, she gets to make the decisions here, which I know she's very excited about. She gets to say yes, you can stitch on something with a border, or whatever the prompt was, or no. And if she says no, then she will choose one of the other prompts that we already have laid out. So as long as you have a piece for each of these prompts, you won't have to figure out what you're going to stitch, right? We're only going to choose from this small group. There's only going to be 5 prompts called, because you only have to stitch on 5 pieces for 1 hour each piece or 100 stitches, depending on if you count stitches or time. So those 5 things. If you complete all 5, then we'll do the drawing at the end like we usually do, and the winner will receive a gift card to Garan Stitchery. Or if you are international, because I know sometimes shipping can be really expensive if you're international right now, then you'll have the choice. You can have a gift card to Garan, or you can have a gift card to Etsy, because on Etsy you can do a PDF, right, or something like that. But if you're in the States, then we like to support one of our very favorite shops, which is Garan Stitchery, and so you'll get a gift card to them. Okay, so that is coming. Beyond that, my only other plans, which I have written over here for the month, is, again, I have that page finished for Autumn Flowers. I would like to film 2 times this month. This is number 1. I would like to fully finish the ornament, the one that I showed with the Christmas deer, or Christmas fawn. And I've already fully finished 2 pieces. So that's already been done. I showed you the one in the frame, the other one is out in the kitchen somewhere. So you'll see that next time. But that is about it for my monthly plan. I am super excited that I was able to get on here and chat with you all. Only other big life updates, again, I got married. So if you were friends with me on Facebook, or I'm pretty much never on Instagram, but on the rare occasion that I am, you might have noticed that my name has changed. So I am now Robin Baker, which is hilarious because I can't bake to save my life, but that's okay. Got married in February, and so super exciting, super big changes, but again, all very positive, and I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to be with all of you guys, and I'm excited to film again and continue stitching, and I will see you next time. Bye.